Hello students, in the last lecture we have seen what are the functions and how to create a functions in PHP. There are some points that we should remember while working with the functions. If we see a call to undefined function error message in our script, it means that we are trying to call a function that doesn't exist. So we have to recheck the spelling in both the definition of the function and its usage to see if we have made any mistake. The second thing is that although it is not required in PHP that you defined your function before you call them, but it is recommended that your function should be declared at the beginning of the script so that later in the script you call them. The benefit of doing so is that it helps to separate the function definition code from the main working of the script. Now another thing about the function is that we can check whether the function really exists or not by using the function _exists. This function _exists returns true or false based on whether the function exists in PHP or not. And we can apply this function to both the user-defined functions and the built-in functions in PHP. Now this user-defined function also add some extra memory requirements to our script. So we should be very selective in using them. Okay. So now let us see the next part of our function, that is creating and calling a function that takes an argument. Now although being able to create a simple function is useful in certain cases, the writing the ones that takes the input and does the something with that input is even better. Means if we write a function that accepts certain inputs and manipulates those inputs to do something, then it would be much better. The input that the function takes or that the function accepts is called as an argument or a parameter. We call it as a parameter or argument. Now this concept we have already seen before in the previous lectures in our previous syllabus. Like for example, we have seen the string length functions while in strings, which accepts the string as its parameter and returns the length of that string. So this function accepts the string as an argument. So the syntax to create the function that takes the argument is the keyword function followed by the function name and in bracket the argument 1 and argument 2 and so on, as many arguments as you want, then followed by the code of block as like our simple function. Now these arguments are in the form of variables that will be assigned the values to be sent to the function when we call it. Now these arguments are declared in the terms of variables that we send to the function when we call them. Okay, that is why we have written them as $argument1, $argument2 and so on. Now these variables are defined using the same naming rules as like any other variables in PHP. There is no Other way, we declare these variables in a similar way we declare the normal other variables in PHP. For example, suppose we have written one simple script, we have written one simple function which will accept the first name and the last name, and it will concatenate the first name and last name in order to make the full name of a user or a person. So we write the function like the keyword function followed by the name of the function, that is make underscore full underscore name, and it will accept two parameters, it will accept two arguments. The first argument is the $first containing the first name of a person, and the second argument is $last containing the last name of the person. And in the function body we are printing the message by concatenating the values of these two variables, that is $first dot $last. So whatever may be the values contained in this variable first and last will be concatenated to make the full name of a person. Then how to call the function that takes the argument? Now function that takes the input are called much like our normal simple functions which don't accept any input. We just need to remember to pass along the necessary values. We can do this either by passing the variables as we just did in the previous example, that is make full name first variable comma second variable. We are passing the two arguments, that is the first name and the last name. Or we can call the function by using the literal values, by sending the literal values. Instead of using the variables, we can send two strings or we can send the literal values. So suppose we have sent the two values like Larry and Ullman, or some combinations of both. We can either call the function by passing the variables or passing the values, or the combination of variable and value. So by these three ways we can call the function that takes the argument. There are some points we should remember while calling the function with argument. The important thing to note is that the arguments are passed quite literally. The first variable in the function definition is assigned the first value in the calling line, and the second function variable is assigned the second call value, and so on. Whatever may be the arguments and whatever may be the values that you are providing to a function while calling it, so these will be matched accordingly. This is also true if we fail to pass a value. Suppose there is a function which accepts the three parameters and we have supplied only two parameter values while calling a function. So the function will assume that the third value will be null. That is why we have written this is also true if you fail to pass a value, in which case the function will assume that the value is null. The value is null. The same thing applies if a function takes 4 arguments and you pass again 3 or 2. So the fourth and the third, if we pass the if the function takes the 4 values, 4 arguments, and we pass the 3 values, then the fourth will be the null, which may create an error. Okay. Or suppose there is a function which accepts the 3 parameters, 3 arguments, and you have supplied only 2 values, then the third value will be again null. So while passing the values, we should remember that these arguments are passed quite literally. Means the first variable of the function definition will be assigned the first value in the calling line. So whenever we call the function, whatever may be the first value, it will always be assigned to the first argument parameter, the first argument variable. Okay. So this is how we deal with the function that access the parameter. In the next lecture, we will see how to set the default argument values to a function.